8 months pregnant Nigerian woman is about to lose everything and she is in serious trouble. Tony and her husband, Sammy, moved to the United Kingdom from Netherlands, where they have lived and they are Dutch citizens. They moved to the United Kingdom with their 2 children. One of the children has autism. They came to the United Kingdom, and a few months after they arrived in the United Kingdom, Tony and Sammy started having disagreement, and they decided to go their separate ways. Good afternoon. The Launch Club shares the latest update about the daily experience of immigrants in the diaspora to inform our audience. There is no substitute information. Knowledge, they say, is power. This story is one of the most interesting story I've ever shared on this platform. There are valuable lessons that can be learned from this story. If you see any value in this content, you can support our work by giving this a like and share so that other people can learn. Let's dive into the story of this woman who may be going to jail for what she has done. Let me know what your views are about the story of Sammy and Tony. There is another character, Emmanuel, which we're going to tell you shortly. So this family, when they arrived in the UK, Tony and her husband, they decide to go their separate ways due to unresolved differences. Tony was then left with the custody of the 2 children. She was caring for the children. One fateful day, she met a Nigerian called Emmanuel. She and Emmanuel, they became friends. One thing led to another. A few months down the line, they started dating. Remember, Tony and her husband, they are still married, but they are just separated. Emmanuel is on a student visa. He was studying. He had few months left before he completes his study. So Emmanuel and Tony, they became serious after some time. So Emmanuel said it was Tony that told him that she wanted to have a relationship and she sees a future with him. The guy said that he then, the other girl that he was talking to, because he thought he had a future with Tony, he left that relationship and focused on his relationship with Tony, because Tony told him, look, you came to the UK, you are a student. You and I can have a future together. I am a Dutch citizen. I can marry you in the UK and you will get your papers and everything sorted. This brother felt that, yes, this woman, they come from the same state in Nigeria, and he felt that he had a future with this woman. Why not? Relationship started, and he said initially, Tony was very, very nice. He used to be very, very caring person. He used to look after him just like he was doing to her. He said a few months later, Tony then told Emmanuel that, Babami, I am pregnant. He said when Tony told him that she was pregnant, he was very excited because he hasn't had a child before. He came to the UK to do his master's, and he is almost 36 years of age now. He felt like, yes, this is an opportunity for me to at least become a father. Instead, Tony said, there is a problem. You know, me and my husband, we are legally married in the Netherlands. If I have this child in the UK, because we are not fully divorced, that child belongs to my husband because he is still classed as my husband. But I have a plan of how we can make things happen pending when I finally divorce my husband. Emmanuel asked Tony, what is the plan? Tony said, look, I am going to give birth to this baby in Nigeria. When I give birth to this baby, the baby will be with my sister in Nigeria. My sister will be caring for the baby pending when I finally divorce my husband, Sammy. Emmanuel said, plan good. Sounds like a good plan. Let's go for it, babe. He said, every time he comes to Tony's house, he doesn't have any doubts that this woman is genuinely pregnant. The baby was growing. According to this guy, he said every time they see the woman, the belly, the tummy is getting bigger, and he was excited. He said When he suggested that he could go for the scan with the baby, the woman said, "No, I don't want you to go for the scan with me. Don't worry." Or the woman will bring one excuse or the other. He said eventually the woman said she was going to Nigeria to have the baby. Up to that time, the woman wasn't asking him any money like that, because one of the child that is on the autistic spectrum, she was receiving benefit from this child. The woman Tony then flew to Nigeria, told Emmanuel that I had the baby after a few days, because the plan. Emmanuel said when he told his friends that his girlfriend, who lives in the United Kingdom, is going to have a baby in Nigeria, they said, Egbon, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Are you mad? Why would you get, people are coming from Nigeria to have baby in Nigeria, in the UK, and you are having your own in Nigeria? It's bro, this is the circumstances. My wife can't have the baby because if she has the baby, I will not be able to put my name. He said, okay. The woman Tony then went to Nigeria. She said she had the baby. After she said she had a baby, what Emmanuel didn't know was that these are all planned. Tony said she had a baby. Emmanuel saw the baby and everything, and he thought he was now a father. He asked his family members, go and check, go and give my baby, my wife, go and give her a present and everything. What Emmanuel didn't know was that this child that Tony told him that the baby is his baby, this is all staged. Emmanuel said after Tony had the baby, because Tony said she would have the baby and leave the baby. When she had the baby, she now said, babe, this baby, I'm going to leave this baby in Nigeria, because if I bring this baby to the UK, it will be a problem because of my husband. Emmanuel said, he said, okay, I will go along, but I'm only leaving the baby I'll come here for 6 months, finalize the divorce, then go and bring the baby, then register the baby with on your name, then we can use that baby to apply for you even before we marry. The guy said, okay, no problem. The woman Tony came back, she brought the baby, she didn't bring the baby, she left the baby. Emmanuel said, meanwhile, all this is going on, Tony promised him, when he first told him that she was pregnant, she said, this baby, once the baby is born, I'm going to put your name on the birth certificate and we'll use the baby to apply. But it was later Tony started changing the story. And now Tony has not told Emmanuel that the plan is now for me to go and bring the baby once I divorce my husband, Sammy. Emmanuel now said, okay. But meanwhile, as soon as the baby was born, this guy said that is when the woman started giving him bill. Oh, baby is not well. Baby needs this. Baby needs this. The guy said he was pumping out money. What he didn't know was that there are 3 men that Tony has claimed ownership of this baby. This story is going to get interesting. This thing is the new latest that a lot of men are doling out their hard-earned money for this. This story is going to get interesting. If you've seen any value, make sure you give it a like so that other people can learn from this. The guy said, as soon as Tony came back to the UK, every time, the baby needs this, the baby needs it, the baby needs it. Emmanuel, time was going. He has now finished his studies. He was left with the option of either returning back to Nigeria or apply for post-studies. This guy said Tony almost made him to lose out on post-study because he kept saying, oh, wait, tomorrow, wait. People now say, Omo, you need to wake up, because this is your marriage and this is your baby, you never said. You need to go and apply for post-studies. He said people now borrowed him money that he had to dash in a few days before his student visa expired. That was when my brother now finally puts in the application for post-studies. When he put in the application for post-studies, him and Tony now discussed. He now said, at least now that you have the post-studies, before the post-studies now expired, you will be able to, I'll be able to bring the baby home, and we finally register the baby in the UK, put the name on the birth, your name on the birth certificate. We apply with the baby's name, baby birth certificate first, then we'll plan for our wedding. The guy said, okay. But when everything was not going like this, the guy now realized that, this thing is getting hard. I have the post-studies. I'm spending money on this guy, on this child. I don't even see As the baby started growing, he started looking at this baby doesn't look like anybody. Me, I'm very, very black in my family. Everybody's black. The baby is just light. This baby, he was now suspecting that something is not right. Something is not right. How can this all these things be happening? And this baby, I've never seen baby. When I ask my family member to go and see baby, the woman will always give me story. But when she's asking me for money, she doesn't give story every time. One day, Tony said, this woman, after this has been going on for more than 18 months, she told this guy that she's now pregnant again. This time around, it's real pregnancy, but he did not know that the baby that they had in Nigeria, that baby was not even a baby. I asked the guy, I said, so this woman came to you, she said she was pregnant and you were sleeping with her. You did not even know. The guy told me, say, I didn't know. But when I was asking people tell me, say, bro, this thing is happening big time. The woman then told told Emmanuel that I am pregnant for the second one. Emmanuel said, oh, you're pregnant. But she said, this one, I'm definitely going to have it in the UK. But when he asked the woman, Tony, why is it that this divorce is taking place? See, my husband doesn't want to sign the paper. My husband doesn't want to sign the paper. That is the problem. My husband doesn't want to sign the paper. The guy was following along. One day, this woman then became pregnant. She's pregnant for the second baby. This time around, she said, because she knew that this is genuine pregnancy, she told Emmanuel that I would allow you can come with me on the scam and everything, come with me on the appointment. Emmanuel said he was excited when he went with Tony for the scan. He now believed that the baby in Nigeria is his baby, and this woman definitely have a baby. All the doubts that he had before, it's been cleared. What he didn't know was that Tony deliberately took him to that appointment to remove every doubt that he had. Tony then told Emmanuel that you need to take a loan of 10,000 from the bank. I want to use it for something in Nigeria. This guy blindly went to take a loan because he said, when I have the baby, I will need all this support. I'm going to spend some time. She came up with the excuse. This guy took 10,000 pounds, gave it to Tony, but the baby that she's expecting now is growing in Tony's womb. One day, Emmanuel said him and Tony, they were in the house. She heard noise. Bo, 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 bo. Tony said, don't open the door. Why? Don't open the door. Somebody was saying, I know you're inside this house. You don't want to open this door. You don't want to open this door. You told me my baby is in Nigeria. I need to see that baby. We need to go back to Nigeria. Me and you. Which baby in Nigeria? Emmanuel said, he raised a lantern and I said, babe, what is happening? Tony said, don't mind that boy. He's a useless boy. He's a useless boy. Don't mind him. He's drunk or the guy can't be drunk. Come open the door. Let's go meet the guy. Tony said, no, we're not going. What Emmanuel didn't know was that Tony had three men who did not have papers, that she was doing the same thing to the three of them. She was collecting money from them, told them that their baby is in Nigeria. As soon as she and her husband they saw that the divorce, she's going to go and bring the baby from Nigeria to the UK and put their name on the birth certificate, use them to fight. These three men did not even know each other. It was when Emmanuel heard that noise, that was when he started thinking, it looks like something is not right to this, something is not right. He said he did not want to argue with Tony. He just calmed down because Tony is pregnant. I didn't want to argue, just calm down. But in his mind, he started thinking that this is not right. He said one day, him and Tony were together. Tony was cooking. He got a WhatsApp message. This time around from Bright, say, when am I going to see my baby? The message pop up on the screen, say, when am I going to see my baby? When am I going to see my baby? Another person. When am I going to? He said that as soon as he told his friend, bro, this is what I'm facing. It looks like I am being scammed here. I don't understand what is going on. I've seen two messages from two separate guys have claimed ownership of the baby in Nigeria. And this baby, I heard that this baby doesn't look like me. And every time I tell my woman to show my family, the woman won't show my family. The guy became paranoid. His friend now advised him to buy a signal, hide it in Tony's house. Whenever you're not there, whenever she's speaking, you'll be recording what she's saying. The friend suggested the idea. He said he didn't even know that anything like that existed before. The friend now gave him the stuff. The friend bought it and gave him. He was listening to Tony's conversation. Tony was speaking to the person, the sister that she claimed is looking after their child in Nigeria. Tony was speaking to that person. I'll tell her, he's a fool. Don't mind him. He's a fool. I've don't mind her. All the money I've collected from there now is more than 70 million. The guy heard all these things. As soon as one of the guys, he started thinking of how to locate these guys. When Tony was asleep, the phone, she forgot to lock the phone. He started going through the WhatsApp messages. That is where he got this guy's contact number and he started contacting them. Say, bro, what's going on? This one said, I'm told I'm the father of the baby. What they didn't know was that this pregnancy, the real pregnancy that Tony is having, and the baby is not, none of them owns this baby. Tony deliberately choose this man. She knows that they don't have papers, and she'll tell them, let's have a baby. I can't divorce my husband because he doesn't want to sign paper. When we have the baby, you use the baby to apply. That was how Tony was collecting money from them. As soon as they find out that this was going on, the three of them, they went to the police. The police look at it, this is bizarre. How can somebody be doing this? Eventually, they showed proof that they've been sending money to this woman, to the people that are looking after the baby in Nigeria. The police then came to Tony's house and said they want to speak to Tony. They now found out that even Tony claimed maternity leave for the baby. She claimed benefit for the baby. She claimed maternity leave that she claimed that she needed to collect benefit for that child, and she's been collecting committing benefit fraud in the UK. Police then eventually arrest Tony. Tony is pregnant. That Tony has now confessed that this baby, it doesn't belong to these three guys that are claiming ownership to the baby. The babies, none of them is the father of the baby. The baby father is somewhere. Tony has end up collecting more than 70 million naira from these guys. The 10,000 pounds loan that Tony took, she didn't pay. While this was happening, somebody now told me there's a woman in Kent. This woman is a socialite. This woman, she married 6 men in the UK doing the same thing, and we are working on that woman's video. I can't believe. I asked this guy, how can you be so gullible as a man that you are sleeping with a woman? He said, my brother, this woman, if you look at Tommy, you will never believe. Let me know whether you have heard anything like this before, because this is a new scam that a lot of men, especially those men that don't have people that are looking for people tooth and nail, this is the new scam that they are using to collect their money. If you know anyone that will benefit, kindly share this video with them so that they can learn. Do you blame Tony, or do you think the men are gullible? Let me know what your views are in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a like. If you have any story that you want to share with us, you can WhatsApp it to us, or you want to contact, you can contact us in this section. Let me know what your views are. Tony is now he's been bailed. The police have said, pending the outcome of the investigation, they may charge her to court, and if she's found guilty, she may go to jail. Let me know. Do you have